Alright, tennis team, today I'm going to show you why hitting deep is usually better than at the net. In general, hitting deep gives you more time to see where your opponent's going to hit and also be able to keep your opponent more in the defensive. They're not going to be able to attack as much. Hitting at the net, however, gives them more options. So if you look in the arrows below, when I hit deep, there's only really two shots they can make. They could go down the line or they could go cross court. However, if you're at the net, you could hit close, you could volley in, you could also hit deep, and it gives them a lot more options. Alright, in this video I'm going to show why hitting a cross-court shot is usually better than hitting down the line or hitting straight across. There's two main reasons. The first reason is if you look at the middle of the court, the net is actually 3 feet in height, while in the edge of the court is 3 feet 6 inches. It's a lot easier to hit a ball at a lower net than a higher one. Just imagine hitting it like a high tower. It's going to be a lot harder to hit a harder shot that way. Also, if you just look at the geometry of the court, hitting a cross court or diagonal line like I'm showing on the left, you have more distance to cover compared to straight across. That means you have a little more room for error. You can actually hit it harder and possibly make it go in even if you overhit it. Okay, in this next clip I'm going to show where to hit an approach shot and also where to run up to the net when you want to, after you hit the shot. So let's say your opponent on the top hits a ball really close to the net and is forcing you to come up to the net. There's essentially two ways that you could run up and hit. You could either run straight up to the net, like I'm showing on the left, or you could hit it diagonal and run diagonal as well. Now running diagonal and then also hitting it there, you could see that you have to cover a lot more distance in the court. If you run straight across, you actually are able to have more time to get to the net. You'll be in your ready position faster, and then it also makes your opponent hit a harder shot. Essentially, your opponent could hit one of two shots that I'm drawing on the left. They could either hit it cross court to the left of the line or cross court to the right of the line. You want to make sure that you cover the middle ground there so you can cover both angles. In this last clip, I'm going to explain where you want to hit a passing shot. Let's assume that your opponent is up at the net while you're at the baseline. You want to be able to hit a shot pretty much two ways. Either you want to lob it over their head, like the arrow on the left, or you want to hit it pretty close to them, but you also want to hit the ball really low where it just passes the net. This is the only time we actually want to hit a ball low where it bounces low. That's because the opponent will have to bring their racket head down. They might even have to bend their knees in order to hit a volley. Alright class, I hope you received tremendous value by watching this video. Hope you'll be able to understand where to position yourself on the court and where to hit the ball in order to maximize winning the point.